Hello dear students, welcome back to physics online class. So in previous session we were discussing about electrostatic potential. So in case of that electrostatic potential, we come to know some basic aspect related to potential. So what is that electrostatic potential? It is the amount of work done to bring a unit positive charge from that infinite distance to a finite distance. So in order to bring it from infinite distance to a finite distance, we got that equation. So V is equal to what? So V is equal to W by Q, and we derive the equation for that electrostatic potential due to a isolated point charge. So what's the equation I get it here? So V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R here. So one more equation you derived, so that is electrostatic potential due to dipole. So this derivation is important for 5 marks in annual examination, and this is also important for 5 marks. So what is the equation for electrostatic potential due to dipole? So that equation is P cos theta divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R square. So this is the required equation for electrostatic potential due to dipole here at any point here. So here at any point means cos theta. So at axial line means what's the value here? At axial line. So at axial line means, so theta value is 0, cos 0 means 1. So that is P divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R square. What about that equatorial point? So at equatorial point means cos 90 degree. Cos 90 is 0. So potential is 0 here. Look at here. In case of that charge and field, we got that equation for electric field at axial line and as well as electric field at equatorial line. In case of axial line, both potential is present and electric field is present. But in case of that equatorial line, electric field is non-zero, but that potential value is 0 at equatorial point. So let me continue some remaining aspect related to potential. So that is equipotential surface. So what that equipotential surface here, that name suggests that equipotential surface means that potential value is remains same at every point on the surface. So what is that equipotential surface here? So in case of that equipotential surface, so potential value is remains same at every point on the surface. So such kind of potential I will name it as a equipotential surface. So let me continue with equipotential surface. Equipotential surface here. So what is that equipotential surface here? That surface having the same potential at any point on the surface. So what is that equipotential surface? The surface having same potential, so the surface having same potential at any point, the surface having same potential at any point, I will name it as a equipotential surface. So for example, so I will consider one charge particle here, so plus Q. So what is the direction of field lines? For the positive charge, field lines are outward direction. So this is the direction of electric field lines here. For example, now I will consider that value of potential. For example, I will choose that equipotential surface. For example, so this is one reason and this is another reason or another surface I will consider. So here that wherever you may calculate the potential value, so potential value is constant for constant radius. So for example, for fixed radius, wherever you may calculate the potential value, you will get the same answer here. So here that wherever you can calculate the potential value, in this region you may get the same potential for a constant radius. So for example, this is second constant radius. For this radius, wherever you can calculate the potential value, you may get the same answer here. So another fixed radius. So for this radius, wherever you can calculate the potential value, you will get the same answer. So such kind of potential I will name it as a equipotential surface here. So for example, so these are all the field lines I will consider, electric field lines. For example, I will choose that surface here. For example, this is one surface, this is another surface, and this one is third surface. For example, in these surface 1, surface 2 and surface 3, wherever you can calculate the potential at that first surface, that potential value will be remains the same. Wherever you can calculate the potential at the second surface, at this surface potential value will be remain same, at this surface potential value will be remain same. So potential value is remains same at a particular surface here. So here that V1 is greater than that of V2 and greater than that of V3 here. So V1 value, so this value, so here that in entire portion potential value is remains the same. V2 value is less than that of V1 and V3 value is also less than that of V1 here. Here that potential value goes on decreases, but the potential at this surface is remains the same. And similarly potential at this surface is remains same, and here also same thing, potential at particular surface will be remains the same. So as the distance is varying here, potential value is also getting changes here. So in case of that potential equipotential surface, what are the properties I need to consider for equipotential surface? So I will consider, so what are the properties of equipotential surface here? So in theory examination, maximum for 2 mark or 3 mark, they will ask the question like so, write a properties of equipotential surface. Then what are the properties of these equipotential surface here? So equipotential surface means what? The surface having the same potential at any point. So that potential we can consider as a equipotential surface here. So in case of that equipotential surface, let me begin with the properties of equipotential surface here. So next we will move further, that is properties of equipotential surface here. So what are the properties here? So in case of equipotential surface, so for example I am having one charge particle at equipotential surface. I want to bring the charge particle from one point to another point in equipotential surface. Then what is the work done in order to bring the charge particle from one point to another point in equipotential surface? For example, so here one surface is there, so this one is equipotential surface. For example, at point A, another one is point B here. So for example, here one charge is there, that is test charge I will consider. So I want to bring this test charge from that one point to another point. Then what is the work done to bring the charge particle from one point to another point in equipotential surface? I need to consider here. So what is that formula for potential difference here? So V of B minus of V of A is equal to work done from that B to A. So or AB I will consider divided by Q naught here. So look at here, in case of equipotential, what is the potential at point A and point B here? V of A is equal to V of B. Why? Because potential is remain same at every point. So if V of A is equal to V of B means what is the work done here? Work done is 0. So remember the point here. What is the work done to bring a charge, unit positive charge, from one point to another point in equipotential surface? Work done is 0. Why the work done becomes 0 here? Why? Because potential is remains same, means potential difference value is 0. So work done value is 0. What is the first property here? So in case of equipotential surface, work done to bring unit positive charge, work done to bring unit positive charge from one point to another point, one point to another point is 0. So what is the work done in case of that equipotential surface? Work done is 0. Why the work done becomes 0? Why? Because the potential difference is 0. So there is no differ in the potential between 2 points in case of equipotential surface. So work done becomes 0 here. Next I will consider here. So in case of that equipotential surface, so the direction of electric field is always perpendicular to the equipotential surface. So what is the direction of electric field here? Electric field is always perpendicular to equipotential surface. So equipotential surface. So just I will pause this property. So in case of explaining that properties of that conductor and insulator, I will explain that why that electric field is perpendicular to the equipotential surface. For time being you have to consider, so electric field is always perpendicular to equipotential surface. Third one, so here that two equipotential surfaces are there. For example, this is one equipotential surface, its value is 5 volt. I will consider that another equipotential surface, for example this value is 10 volt. So for example, so two equipotential surfaces are present. Is there any possibility of intersection of these two equipotential surfaces here? Is it possibility of intersect of that two equipotential surface? What's our answer? So there is no possibility of intersection of two equipotential surfaces. Why? Because here one equipotential surface is 5 volt, another equipotential surface is 10 volt. Suppose if these two will get intersect, means at the point of intersect there is two possibilities, one is 5 volt, another one is 10 volt. But according to equipotential surface, what it suggests that? It suggests that potential value will be remains same at every point I said. So at the point of intersection there is a two possibility of the potential. So that is what? Two different equipotential surface will never intersect. What is that? Another property here. Two equipotential or two different equipotential. So two different equipotential surface never intersect. So these are all the properties of equipotential surface here. So in case of equipotential surface, what is the first most property? So work done is zero. In order to bring that unit positive charge from that one point another point in equipotential surface. Why? Because there is no potential difference. If there is no potential difference, means there is no work done here. So work done is zero. Next one, so in case of that equipotential surface, electric field is always perpendicular to the equipotential surface. So later I will explain this property. And third one is, two equipotential surface will never intersect. Why? Because if it get intersect, at the point of intersection there exist two possible values, but according to equipotential surface at any point you will get that single value. There is no multiple values of the potential. So that is what I will believe, that two equipotential surface will never intersect each other. Hope you understand here. So we'll move next one. So in case of that field and potential, so in that first topic we come to know about that electric field and potential. So one second, let me check that. Okay, sorry, I thought camera is off. So in case of that relation between field and potential, so for example in case of that electric field and electric potential, so already I know that electric field concept and electric potential concept here. Let me merge these two concepts. So for example, I know different means I know individually electric field properties and so properties of the potential. So then what is the mathematical equation I supposed to give for that field and potential? So now I would like to derive the expression for relation between electric field and electric potential. So let me derive an expression for field and potential. So I hope in yesterday examination you performed some little bit good. So if you keep on perform that, so you may get that good confidence on the subject. Okay. Relation between electric field and potential. So relation between electric field and potential. So this is also important for 2 or 3 mark in your annual examination. So again and again I won't say that this is important, this one is not important. So all important concepts are in our NCERT textbook, so no need to bother whether it is important or not. So if it is important, then only you are going to be ready to teach for that concept. So don't worry about that important and it is not important for that examination like that. So just to keep on practice that work here. Okay, let me begins with the relation between electric field and electrostatic potential. So for that purpose, first I will choose one source charge here. That source charge is placed at point O here. At a certain distance from the source charge, I will consider one test charge here. That test charge is placed at point A here. I want to bring the test charge from that point A to point B here. So look at here, in order to bring the test charge from that A to B, the displacement I will take it as a d of r here. So this is source charge, means for example positive charge. For my convenience I took this one is a positive charge. For the positive charge, field lines are outward direction here. So for the positive charge, field lines are outward direction. So we are bringing the test charge opposite to the direction of electric field line here. So then I need to calculate that work done here. So for example, consider a source charge. Consider a source charge. Source charge is capital Q, is placed at O and Q be the test charge. Q be the test charge is placed at A here. So is placed at A. Then let me find out that what is the work done to bring the test charge from A to B here. So work done to bring test charge, from A to B is, so what is the generalized formula for work done? So W is equal to F into S cos theta. So dW, so dW is equal to force F. So displacement, shall I take it as a d of r here into cos theta here, into cos theta. What's the value here? So here this is the direction of electric field lines I said, and this is the direction of the motion of the test charge. So it is opposite to the direction of electric field, so that is anti-parallel. Shall I take that theta value as a 180 degree here? So what's that theta value here? Theta value is 180 degrees. So dW is equal to what? So F into d of r into cos of 180 degree here. So dW is equal to what? So dW is equal to F into d of r. So that is cos of 180 means minus of 1. So little bit I am extending here, minus of F into d of r. So what is the relation between field and force here? So what is the relation between field and force? So F is equivalent to E into Q. So from that electrostat is in case of electric charge and field. So F is equal to E into Q. So into d of r. So negative sign here. So next, so for example here that dW by Q. So let me rearrange. So this Q term I will take into the left side. dQ is equal to what? So dQ by, so dW by Q is equal to what? Minus of E into d of r. So from the concept of electrostatic potential, so V is equal to what? So W by Q. So dW by Q, shall I write it as a dV here? So dV is equal to minus of E into d of r here. So shall I write that E is equal to what? Minus of dV by dr. So E is equal to what? E is equal to minus of dV by dr here. So here I got that relation between field and potential. So what is the relation between field and potential here? E is equal to minus of dV by dr here. So where E represents that electric field and V represent that potential here. So what the significance of this negative sign here? So E is equal to minus of dV by dr means what is the significance of negative sign here? So that negative sign indicates here so direction of electric field is decreases in the direction of the potential. So it means that, so this is the direction of electric field you may think. so its potential value goes on decreases along the direction of the electric field. What's that significance of negative sign here? Here negative sign signifies that direction of electric field is along the direction of decreasing potential. As that electric field is moving in this direction means, so its potential value is goes on decreases, so we will going to be consider. Or one more thing, so I can say this negative sign, so this negative sign signifies that so electric field is negative potential gradient. So in other words, I can consider what's that negative sign here. So negative sign signifies that electric field is negative gradient of potential. So what's that negative sign mean here? So negative sign signifies that electric field is negative gradient of electric potential. So that is E is equal to what? E is equal to minus of dV by dr. So if you write in terms of magnitude, simply you can call E is equal to V by R here. So if you consider only magnitude, I will write that equation as a E is equal to V by R. So this is about relation between field and potential. So already I got that electrostatic potential equation, electrostatic potential due to a isolated point charge, electrostatic potential due to dipole, and I got that relation between field and potential. So related to these formulas, so let me solve some numerical aspect related to potential here. Hope you are understanding these things. So in case of that field and potential, E is equal to what? E is equal to minus of dV by dr here. So here negative sign signifies that direction of electric field is along the direction of decreasing potential or electric field is negative gradient of potential we will consider. So let me solve some numericals on potential here. Two parallel plates are 0.03 meter apart. So two parallel plates are there. Separation between them is 0.03. Shall I take this one as a 3 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter here? The electric field intensity between them is 3000 Newton per Coulomb. So electric field between them. So electric field between them is 3000. 3 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton per Coulomb. So look at here, E is equal to, so sorry for that inconvenience, E is equal to what? V by R I said. So electric field SI unit Newton per Coulomb as well as volt per meter I said. So look at here, so E is equal to, so voltage, so this is volt in terms of meter, so volt per meter. So both the SI unit is possible for that electric field, Newton per Coulomb or volt per meter here. So let me continue with the numerical. Calculate the potential difference between two plates. So what is the formula? E value they mention, R value they mention. So just now we got that relation, E is equal to V by R or minus V by R. So V is equal to, shall I take this equation as E into R? E is nothing but a 3 into 10 to the power of 3 here. So R is nothing but what? 3 into 10 to the power of minus 2. 9 into 10 to the power of 1. So that is 90 volt. What is the SI unit of electrostatic potential? That is volt. So that answer is 90 volt here. Next one. Two electric charges 9 microcoulomb and minus 3 microcoulomb are placed 0.16 centimeter apart in air. Here two charges are present. One is 9 microcoulomb. Another one is minus 3 microcoulomb. Minus 3 microcoulomb, and it exists a certain kind of separation. So that separation is 0.16 meter they mention. There will be a point at which electric potential is 0 along the line joining the two charges in between them. So where will be the possibility of 0 potential? Between the charges. So they mention that, so 0 potential is exist between the charges. The distance of P from 9 microcoulomb charges. So Here that for my assumption, here the potential value is 0. At what distance that potential value is 0 from the 9 microcoulomb charge? So what is the equation I said for that 0 potential? So can you make me remember that x is equal to r divided by, so q2 by q1 plus or minus here. So between the charge is plus. So q2 by q1 plus half 1. So that is 16 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter. Q2 value is 3, Q1 value is 9 plus of 1 here. 16 into 10 to the power of minus 2, 4 by 3 here. So that is x is equal to 12 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter. What's the answer here? 12 into 10 to the power of minus 2, or x is equal to 0.12 meter here. So they mentioned that 0 potential is exist between the charges. So for between the charges, so I should take that plus 1 here. Next one. So look at the third one. Charges 5 microcoulomb, minus 2 microcoulomb, 3 microcoulomb and minus 9 microcoulomb are placed at the corners A, B, C and D of a square ABCD of side 1 meter. So here 4 charges they mention. These 4 charges are placed at the corner of a square C and D. So this is a diagonal whose side is 1 meter they mention here. So at these corners they are mentioning the charge here 5 microcoulomb, here minus 2 microcoulomb and here 3 microcoulomb and minus 9 microcoulomb is placed at the corners here. Net potential at the center of the square, which thing I need to determine here? Net potential at the center of a square. So look at here, side value they mention as a 1 meter. So I want to calculate that what is the distance from O to A, O to B, O to C and O to D first. So for that purpose, A to C, shall I write this one as a AC square is equal to, or AC is equal to square root of AD square plus of DC square here. So what is the distance between A to D? So that is 1 meter. So this is also 1 meter. A to C is equal to what? Square root of 2 meter. So A to C distance is square root of 2 meter. But I want the distance from O to A here. So half of the diagonal. So shall I take that O to A is equal to what? O to A is equal to A to C divided by 2. Why? Because half of the diagonal length. So distance from O to A is equal to O to B, that is equal to O to C and O to D here. So shall I rearrange here? O to A is equal to O to B, it is equal to O to C and it is equal to O to D. So A to C value is how much? Square root of 2. So 2 shall I write as a root 2 into root 2 here. So then what's the answer I get it here? O to A is equal to O to B, O to C, it is equal to O to D. So that is 1 by root 2 meter here. So what's the answer here? 1 by root 2 meter, sorry. So I got that O to A distance here. So V is equal to, what is the formula for electrostatic potential due to point charge? So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So Q1 by O to A, Q2 by O to B plus of Q3 by O to C plus of Q4 by O to D here. So let me fill the values. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught means what? 9 into 10 to the power of 9. So microcoulomb, shall I take the 10 to the power of minus 6 outside here? So distance value, so OA is equal to OB is equal to O to C. So shall I take that 1 by root 2 outside here? So Q1 is how much? So 5 minus 2 plus 3 minus 9 here. So V is equal to 9 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by root 2 here. 5 minus of 2, so that is 3, 3 plus 3, 6. So 6 minus of 9, so that is minus 3 here. So what's the answer here? 9 into 3, so that is 27, minus of 27 into, so 10 to the power of 3 divided by root 2 here. So 10 to the power of 3, shall I take it as a kilo here, minus of 27 divided by root 2 kilo volt here. So what's the answer here? Potential at the center of the diagonal here, so V is equal to minus 27 divided by root 2 kilo volt here. An infinite number of electric charges, each is equal to 2 nanocoulomb, 2 nanocoulomb in magnitude, are placed along x-axis at x is equal to 1 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 9 centimeter and 27 centimeters. So here infinite number of charges are present. So these charges having the magnitude, so 2 nanocoulomb here, they are going to be placed at a distance along x-axis 1 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 9 centimeter and 27 centimeters. So this is 1 centimeter, so 3 centimeter, 9 centimeter and 27 centimeter here, and so on. In this setup, the consecutive charges have opposite sign. So this is plus 2 nanocoulomb, so this is minus 2 nanocoulomb, again plus 2 nanocoulomb, and again this one is minus 2 nanocoulomb. They are going to be placed in this fashion. Find the potential at x is equal to 0. So I want to calculate that potential at the origin value here. So for that purpose, so V is equal to what? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by R here. So magnitude of the charge is same. So Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by 1 here. So opposite charge. So minus of 1 by 3. So plus of 1 by 9, minus of 1 by 27. So on here. So from that geometric progression formula, so I will substitute here. So Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught as it is. Shall I take this equation as a divided by 1 minus R here? Let me fill the value. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is how much? 9 into 10 to the power of 9. Q value they mention as a 2 nanocoulomb here. Distance is in terms of centimeters. So I will take 10 to the power of minus 2 outside the square bracket here. So A value is 1 here, 1. So what's the difference here? So difference value. So 1 by 3 minus of 1, or 1 by 9 minus of 1 by 3. So difference value is minus 1 by 3, minus into minus plus here. So let me simplify this one. So V value is equal to what? So 18 divided by 10 to the power of minus 2. So 1 by 1 plus of 1 by 3, so that is 4 by 3, 1 divided by 4 by 3 here. So V is equal to what? 18 into 3 divided by 4 into 10 to the power of minus 2, or 54 divided by 4 into 10 to the power of 2 here. So 12, 3 here, so 20 means 5. So 13.5 into 10 to the power of 2 here. So what's the answer here? 13.5 into 10 to the power of 2, or I shall consider here 1350 volt here. What's the answer here? 1350 volt. What is the potential at the origin here? Potential at the origin is 1350 volt here. Okay, so let me continue with the next one. So if you remember the formulas, again and again I am saying, first you note down the formulas, so then only you can able to solve the numericals aspect. Okay. An electric charge 10 to the power of minus 3 microcoulomb is placed at the origin. So what's the magnitude of the charge here? So Q is equal to 10 to the power of minus 3 microcoulomb. So 10 to the power of minus 6 here. So 10 to the power of minus 9 coulomb here is placed at origin of xy coordinate system. 2 points A and B are situated at root 2 into root 2 comma root 2 and 2 comma 0 respectively. So for example, so this is xy coordinate axis. At this point 10 to the power of minus 9 microcoulomb is placed. So they are mentioning that 2 points A and B are situated at, so A and B are situated at along x axis as well as along y axis here. So distance they mentions root 2 into root 2 comma root 2, another one is 2 comma 0 respectively. Potential difference between A and B will be, so I want to calculate that potential difference between the 2 point here. So for example, this is point A you can take and this is point B you can take it here. So this position is root 2 comma root 2, here this one is 2 comma 0 here. So 2 comma 0 means somewhere y coordinate value is 0 you can consider. So for example here that, so somewhere, so point A you can consider and here that point B you can consider here. So let me find out that potential at point A and as well as potential at point B here. So V is equal to what? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught here. So what is the magnitude of the charge here? 10 to the power of minus 9. What's the distance here? So distance of charge A, so root 2 into root 2, so that is resolution of vector here. So from the resolution of vector, so root 2 of square root of 2 whole square plus square root of 2 whole square, so that is 4 here, square root of 4 means again 2 meter here. So what's the answer here? Again 2 here. V of A, potential at point A, potential at point A, and another one is potential at point B. I will take it here. So potential at point B is what? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 10 to the power of minus 2. So I will consider that position of that second point, so that is square root of 2 whole square plus of 0, so that is 4 here, square root of 4 means again that is also 2 meter here, so this is also 2. So what is the potential difference between these 2 points? So having the same value means potential difference is 0 here. So if the potential difference is 0 means what about that, they asked to calculate that potential difference between these 2 points. Having the same value means potential difference value is 0 here. What is the potential difference answer here? Potential difference between these 2 points will be 0 here. X-axis, point B you can get 2 comma 0. So y coordinate value is 0, so x coordinate value is not 0. So between that A and B here. So what's the potential value here? So potential value is 0 between the charges here. Okay, we'll look at next one. Sixth one here. In Millicon eye drop experiment, an eye drop carrying a charge Q. So in Millicon eye drop experiment, so one eye drop is there, that eye drop having the charge Q here. So what's that eye drop magnitude here? So eye drop magnitude is Q amount here. Q is held stationary by a potential difference of 2400 volt between the plate. So here 2 plates are there. Between these 2 plates, what's the potential value here? V value is 2400 volts. So let me consider that value here. So 2400 volts here. To keep the drop of half of the radius stationary, the potential difference had made a 600 volts. So they are going to be considered. So in that second case they mentioned to keep drop half of the radius. So I am going to be consider total drop here. So I am going to be decrease that radius. How much time they are going to be decrease? Initial radius is R here. So final radius is half of the initial one. So half of the radius stationary. So the potential required is, so V2 is equal to 600 volt. So look at here, if that radius is R amount, how much potential is required to make it to float here? 2400 volt is required to float, or in the sense in order to make it as a stationary here. In order to make it as a stationary between these 2 plates, how much potential they are supplying here? 2400 volt potential they are supplying here. Now they are going to be decrease that eye drop radius here. So half of the initial value. In that situation, how much potential it requires here? 600 volt potential it requires. What is the magnitude, what is the charge on the second drop here? So I want to calculate that what is the magnitude of the charge on the second drop. For example, in that first drop, if that radius is R means its magnitude is Q. If radius is R by 2, so if it is radius is R by 2 means what about the Q q2 value I need to find out here. So if that drop is held stationary means, so shall I take this equation as a, so f is equal to what? So f is equal to E into Q I will consider. So what's that value here? F is equal to E into Q. So f, shall I take it as a m into g here into, so m into g is equal to E into Q. So the mass value they didn't mention here. So mass, shall I take it as a density into volume here? What's the volume of the sphere? 4 by 3 pi r cube. So into m into g here. So into Q I will take it here. Okay. So look at here, what is the relation between, for example, this charge on the drop is capital Q. So charge on the drop I will take it as a capital. So Q is proportional to what here? So 1 second here. So potential value they mentioned. So let me consider the potential value. So V, shall I take it as a V by R into Q here? So what's the value here? V by R into Q here. So shall I take that V into Q is proportional to what? R cube. So did you get my point here? So V into Q is proportional to what? R cube here. So I want to consider voltage value and charge value and radius. These three terms value they mention. So V into Q is proportional to R cube. Shall I take this one as a V1 by Q1, it is equal to V2 by Q2 is equal to R1 by R2 whole cube. Did you get my point here? Why? Because VQ is proportional to what here? VQ is proportional to R cube. V1 value they mention, Q1 value they mention, V2 value they mention. Let me find out that Q2 value here. So fill the value here. 2400, Q1 value is Q here. Q1 value is Q. Q2 value, sorry, V2 value is how much? 600 here into Q2 value. Let me find out here. R1 value is R, R2 value is R by 2 whole cube here. Q divided by Q2, it is equal to what? So 2 by 1 whole cube. So 2 cube is nothing but what? 8 here. So 4 cube by Q2 is equal to 8 here. So Q is equal to what? 4 Q by 8 here. So Q2 is equal to what? Q by 2 here. What must be the magnitude of the aisle drop here? Sorry, magnitude of charge on the aisle drop here. That is half of the initial charge. So look at here, in that question they mention one aisle drop here. So that aisle drop is being a stationary. In order to make it as a stationary, initial I am providing 2400 volt potential I am providing. Now I am decreasing its radius half of the initial value. Then how much potential I need to provide in order to make it as a float, or in order to make it to stand here? That is 600 volt. So now if that 600 volt is provided, so then this charge is held stationary. Then what is the magnitude of this charge here? Magnitude of that charge is half of the initial one. So hope you are understanding these things. So remaining thing will continue in next class.